ata, no? So sideline muna siya in this Grand Prix, this leg. Wala rin si Alohi. Diba? That's why you have Jasmine Nabor for that setter position.
And Gretzel Soltones,
Yun.
wearing jersey number 20, is also an addition due to the absence of Mao and Robbins Hardy. So the Philippines will be wearing blue for this matchup. Vietnam in the red.
Well, in the first leg, it was a battle for third for these two squads. Philippines winning that one over Vietnam, much to the delight of the entire country. But now, ito, parang ilang tulog lang, Anton. Sila na naman ang magkalaban.
At grabe yung naging laban doon sapagkat umabot yung laro ng 5 sets. Even the fifth set was very exciting. The Philippines winning that one 15-12. And Mylene Pat was the player who starred in that game, tallying 22 points. Great opportunity for Mylene Pat to represent the country. So this event will be going on until Sunday. So we're inviting everybody to come down here to the city of Santa Rosa in Laguna to enjoy and support our Philippine national team, as well as watch other nations compete, just like Vietnam, Thailand, and of course Indonesia.
Well, this is such a beautiful venue for volleyball. Actually, ang dami nang nalalarong volleyball games dito. And again, we couldn't thank Santa Rosa enough for hosting us. And alam mo ba na Santa Rosa de Lima del Peru, pinangalan ito. So, pag iniisip mo, dapat swerte talaga tayo dito. Diba?
And we were back here in 2017 for the AVC.
Right.
And that was very memorable because the greatest players in the world, just like Kim Yong-kung of South Korea was here, Lut Saratomkom was here also. Japan won that 2017 AVC. So now we're very excited to bring back volleyball here to the city of Santa Rosa.
Pang international level. And once again, it's a prelude for the upcoming SEA Games come November. And we are just so excited. Siyempre, alam mo, excited tayo to watch. Kasi parang pre-season, kumbaga pre-season tournament to. And this is siguro the nearest one to the SEA Games. So parang makikita mo na more or less. Although some of the teams are still missing some players. I will talk about that later on. And ano kaya tingin mo? Ito ba yung mga teams, may mga tinatago pa ba to? May mga, ano ba yun, ayaw magbasahan? What do you think?
Tingin ko meron, Mose, kasi hinahanap nga natin si T4 sa Vietnam. She is not in the lineup for this leg. So that gives an opportunity for the other players to shine at magpakilala dito sa ating mga kababayan who are tuned in right now via iWant. Thank you so much to all those who are with us.
Well, again, going back to that first leg in Nakhon, Thailand. Thailand won first place. 3 wins. They won every game.
Yeah.
Indonesia with 2 wins and a loss at number 2. Number 3 was Team Philippines with 1 win and 2 losses. Number 4 is Vietnam with no wins in that tournament, in that leg.
And the thing is, Mosey, Thailand only dropped 2 sets in 3 matches. They lost a set to the Philippines and then they lost another set to Indonesia. So that's how dominating Thailand was in their home floor, in their home country. So let's see if the Philippines can do the same. Now, Mosey, this is also the inaugural event of the FISGOC, or the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix. How do you think this helps the nation's women's volleyball teams in preparation for other international tournaments just like the SEA Games?
You know, this is such a big help. Unang-una because they will be against teams that they will also encounter in the SEA Games. So, yung gauging mo of your game, maganda, 'di ba? Yung you can see your flaws, yung kung ano ba kulang, anong advantage, and sinong mga players ang match-ups, 'di ba? So this is really a great opportunity for not only the Philippines, I guess all the 4 teams.
So this is consisting of members of the SIASVA, or the Southeast Asian Zonal Volleyball Association, which is the regional governing body of the Asian Volleyball Confederation, or the AVC, which is the branch of the FIVB, which is the highest governing body for volleyball in the whole world. So it's nice how all the countries are being accounted for, and we are going to monitor the progress of all the 4 nations that are competing here in the second leg.
Plus, they also watch the ranking. So, tayo rin as a country, nakikita natin yung development through that, yung ranking ng ABC.
And in terms of the FIVB ranking, Vietnam is actually ranked number 36 right now. So this is a good experience for the Philippines to go up against Vietnam. Although, as we said nga, may mga players na hindi kasama sa lineup. So these are players from the pool of the Vietnam women's national team. All right, the players are warming up, and we are scheduled for 3 p.m. to start the first rally of this matchup between the Philippines and Vietnam. So stick around and stay tuned. It's hard to cover. All right, we are once again saying thank you to everybody who are tuned in right now to the 2019 FISGOC Volleyball Test Event. Anton Rojas here together with Mosey Ravenna. And this is the second leg of this inaugural tournament. So Mosey and I will just give you guys a short recap of what happened during the first leg in Thailand.
All right, Anton. September 20, Indonesia defeated Philippines in 5 sets. Yun
Wow.
ang maganda nun, diba? Lumaban talaga ang ating team Philippines. Philippines top scorers were Molina with 18 points, Baron with 17, Calais with 15, Paat with 12. Indonesia's top scorers on that match, Purnama with 18, Wulandari with 14, Hangestri, Pertiwi with 13, City with Sugandi with 12, Wulandari with 11. At pagdating sa spikes, you know, they equaled each other with 61 hits in that match. Pagdating naman sa blocking, 11 for Indonesia, and Philippines had 2 more with 13. And when it comes to aces, dun lang nakabawi ang Indonesia with 8. Philippines having only 3 in that match. Yung errors, well, opponent errors, 23 for Indonesia, 24 for Philippines. So, hindi naman masyadong malayo. I think ito yung aces, no? Ang laki, yun yung malaking disparity.
This was a game that could have gone either way.
Yep.
Based on what we see here in terms of the numbers. Nung September 21 naman, Mosey, we went up against Thailand, which is one of the best teams in the world. And Thailand is actually ranked number 14 by the FIVB. And we actually got one of the 2 sets that Thailand dropped in the first leg. And Mao and Molina, the tandem of those 2, led the way for the Philippines. Mao tallying 12 and Molina tallying 11.
That's right. And on last September 22, eto na, Philippines defeated Vietnam in 5 sets. Top scorers naman on that match, Pat with 22, Mao with 16, Molina with 14, Baron with 13. And Vietnam top scorers were Tran with 25 and Dang with 15. And in that match, well, 61 spikes for Vietnam, 57, not so far, 57 for Philippines. At sa blocking, neutralize each other at 16. Bumawi talaga ang Philippines sa aces. And Vietnam had 3, the Philippines had 11. So parang key ngayon to for the Philippines. Kailangan magaganda yung services nila. And pagdating naman sa errors, Philippines had 24 errors while Vietnam had 18 in that match.
And because of the stellar performance, especially in terms of blocking, Majoy Baron was named Best Middle Blocker.
Galing.
So it's history made for Majoy Baron being the first player to have been awarded as the best blocker in the inaugural edition of the ASEAN Grand Prix.
So the entire volleyball community is very proud of Majoy Baron on that award. Hindi madaling kunin yun. Alam naman natin marami rin. You have Thailand and Indonesia. Also, they also have good middle hitters.
So
Vietnam
definitely
as well.
a huge honor.
Oh, yeah. And alam mo, in that game, napansin ko lang that game against Vietnam, ang ganda rin ng in and out ng players because as you can see, ang dami rin nag-contribute in that match. Even if si Mylene Paat nga giving 22 points, but she was also on point on blocking. So, talagang, kumbaga, nabasa na nila no, kung ano yung gagawin nila as a team. So, they were more cohesive in that match against Vietnam. Tsaka may mga binago si Coach Shaq doon. Si Aya played in the 5th set, even Gia Morado stayed in the 5th set. Yung mga may adjustments rin ginawa si Coach Shaq.
Now both nations are officially warming up here as we are moments away from the start of our first match here in the second leg of the FISGOC test event. So stay tuned right here on I1. All right, once again, we are welcoming everybody to our coverage of the Philippine Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee Test Event, or the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix. And I think we are just about ready to get our first match started, as the Philippines and Vietnam will go at it here at the City of Santa Rosa Multi-Purpose Sports Complex. We will have the national anthems, Mose. I think that is the proper protocol for every international event.
So we get to practice.
Vietnam and Philippines are already lined up and ready.
For the Philippines 2019 30th Southeast Asian Games. For those who are able, please rise for the national anthems of Philippines. First off, the national anthem of Vietnam. Please remain standing for the national anthem of the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our international referees for match number 1. First referee, Benjamin Srichu of Thailand. Second referee, Agung Benwan of Indonesia. Let us now meet the starters. First from Vietnam. Opposite hitter number 2, T. King Tenta. Outside hitter number 11, V. Hongley. Middle blocker number 15, T. Clint Nguyen. Middle blocker number 16, the team captain, V. Ngui. Outside hitter number 17, Tu Lin Chan. Center number 19, Na Wan Tan. And then libero number 8, V. Kim Min Nguyen. Head coach of Vietnam, Chuan Kim Nguyen. Now let us meet the starters of the Philippines. Outside hitter number 2, Alonso Cortez. Outside hitter number 6, Chris Molina. Opposite hitter number 7, Maylene Baat. Middle blocker number 10, Majoy Baron. Center number 12, Gio Morato. Middle blocker number 18, their team captain, Epi Mariano. And the libero number 5, Tom Macantili. Head coach of the Philippines, Jack De Los Santos.
All right, we are pumped up and ready for the FISGOC Volleyball Test event here at the City of Santa Rosa Multi-Purpose Sports Complex, as the starters have been announced for both the Philippines and Vietnam.
A little bit of information. Vietnam with an average age of 21.5.
Wow.
With their players. Philippines with 24 years old. Ang height naman, when it comes to height, 176 ang average height ng Vietnam. 172 naman ang Philippines.
The youngest player in the Philippine lineup is sophomore from the University of Santo Tomas, Ea Laure, who is going to be very busy this weekend as she's also competing for UST in the PVL semifinals against Ateneo. That series went to a deciding third game. But of course, it's a different story when you play for flag and country. So this should be a good one, as the Philippines are in blue and Vietnam, the team in red. And we are officially underway. Macandili gets the ball in the air. Morado guides the ball towards the way of Molina. Vietnam will give up a free ball. Macandili, Morado gives it back to Molina, who breaks down the wall.
And Molina this time off the block point for her. Adjusted on the second hit, on the second try. So now it's a full front line for the Philippines.
Morado serving it up to start the second rally of the match. Dang. Macandili gives up a free ball. They go to the middle this time for Nguyen. Molina, cross court, popped up by Lien. They go back to Dang.
Dang gets it a go. That's a touch. And you knew she was going for the touch when she saw the blockers on the other side already committed.
To Lin Tran now, serving it up for Vietnam. Macandili. This time the ball goes to Mylene Paat, and Paat is able to score.
And that's with another off-the-block hit. So hindi na challenge masyado muna. No, ang Team Philippines, yung tall blockers ng Vietnam. Instead, they're just using them for those off-the-block points.
Molina, who scored the first point of the match, trying to get an ace. Vietnam able to recover. Macandili, Morado, one-handed set for Majoy Baron. Nothing there. Dang on the opposite side, able to score.
Actually, you know, Anton, Molina, and Pat really had a good run in that first leg. And it's good news for Team Philippines and for Coach Shaq.
And an ace for Vietnam. Credit the ace to Thi Trinh Nguyen. Morado gets the ball to Valdez. Cross court for the kill.
Well, Eliza Valdez getting that to go in spite of the distance of that ball to the net. Still able to get that cross-court hit.
Serving for the Philippines, Medjay Manon.
Philippines leading 4-3. Vietnam scrambling. The ball will go back to the side of the Philippines. Paat. Ball is popped up. It's a back set for Dang. That's 2 touches.
That's right. Double contact on Vietnam.
So it's a solid start here for the girls in blue, the Philippines leading Vietnam, but it's a running attack.
By the team captain, VIE. So it's Dang now on the line for Vietnam.
The primary attacker for the Vietnamese. Valdez, drop ball. Ball is popped up back in the air.
Oh, that's just an off-speed hit, but Vietnam gets the point.
And that was Lee with the soft touch.
And this is what yung Team Philippines has to also, maybe pag nag-gel sila that defense pattern, kailangan talagang nagkakaamuyan sila inside the court because that will be very important.
I think they look pretty well.
Did she just come out of an injury?
Yes, she did. She did not play in the first leg because of that ankle injury. But Eliza Valdez is looking pretty good. And it was also with the help of Abby Maraño who drew some of the blockers of Vietnam her way.
And I think that was the main reason why she really wanted to be 100% before she plays. And I'm talking about Eliza. Well, offensively, the Philippines looks good. You know, they're looking better, at least in this first set of this match.
And the first running attack for Maraño. She asked for it. The team captain of the Philippines, Abby Maraño, wanted that volleyball and Morado delivered it to her.
That's right. Yung sabi nga nila in that game against Vietnam, parang yung setters daw were more familiar with the hitters. Kumbaga nagkaroon na ng konting familiarity. Pero ngayon, I think with all their practices and they're playing together, mas maganda ang forma, lalo na offensively.
Oh! Gia Morado! How about that?
And you always see Gia would go for angles when she drops the ball, but that time it was a power tip for Gia Morado.
So now 5 different players from the Philippines have scored, including the setter Gia Morado. But the captain, VIE, gets the point back on the running attack. VIE already with 2 points in this match.
Serving for Vietnam, the team captain, Vietnam.
VIE gets that one in. Maraño tossing it to Molina. Now the ball is tossed high up for Lin.
Oh, but a check, a touch is called, so Vietnam gets the point.
And we have a timeout. Vietnam leads the Philippines 8-7. Of course, the Philippine team, coached by Cesael Shaq de los Santos and his assistants, Brian Esquivel and Emilio Kung Fu Reyes Jr.
Poor first ball.
That's another ace. So the captain of Vietnam is leading the way, Mosey, Thi Nga Bui.
And it's really the defense of yung floor defense ng Philippines ang medyo may problematic in this in the start of this match.
Serving for the Philippines, their team captain, Abby Marano.
Marano gets that one in.
Ball goes up. Point goes to the Philippines.
That was a wild attempt by Doan, the setter.
The score, 9-all.
Abby Marano, good read, letting that one go as she serves it up for a brand new rally here in this match. 9-all is our tally. Soft touch.
And another off-speed point from Vietnam. So pangalawa na yata yan dun sa off-speed point na binibigay ng na nakukuha ng Vietnam.
Both teams with a balanced scoring attack. Morado. Molina gets that one in.
That was a good play from the Philippines. Molina on the tail end of that combination play.
And it looks like Jovelyn Gonzaga is set to check in. Morado overshoots that one. To Lin Tran now to serve for Vietnam. Molina with the pass. Morado with the toss, giving it to Majoy Baron. Morado. Macandili gives it to Molina, who scores off the block.
Says Molina using the blockers on the other side. As you can see, Philippines just playing it smart, not challenging the tall players of Vietnam so far. The first set, and they have been very effective at those off the block points.
Molina's got 3 points in this match now. Once again, they go back to the middle.
Liza Valdez go down the line, but wide on that try.
Titrin Nguyen getting that ball to the other side. Pat. Lee on the attack. And the captain, Bui, is able to put it down for Vietnam.
Well, Bui with another point has been leading the pack so far. 25-year-old player from Vietnam is their top scorer.
And captain, Pat from the opposite side. And Pat will convert. Pat was one of those players who was very surprised that she was called up to serve the national team, but she's relishing in the opportunity, Mosey, and proving with her performance, especially in the first leg, that she belongs.
I was going to say that she's worthy of that spot, judging from the first leg games of Mylene Pat.
Dang, cross court, Morado with a dig. Pat will hit it back to the side of Vietnam, too strong.
Ball goes out. Point goes to Vietnam.
Too much angle on that one.
Dang will serve it up for Vietnam.
Si Dan ka-age ni Ea, 20-year-old.
Samantala, ang kapitana, Chang Abi Maranyo, with another powerful hit. Second point of the match para kay Abi.
Number 12, Morata out. Number 13, Jovelyn Gonzaga in. Number 7, Cox out. Number 3, Jasmine Nabor in.
So Nabor comes in along with Jove Gonzaga. On the other side, Vietnam with substitutions also. Nguyen to Howie. And number 7, Huang.
So Tangas will start off this rally. And another ace for the phenom, Alyssa Valdez.
She's really back.
And she gives the Philippines a 16-15 lead after those back-to-back aces. The action continues here, 16-15. The Philippines leads Vietnam here in set number 1. Alyssa Valdez tallying back-to-back aces.
Well, remember, Anton, when they won it against Vietnam in the first leg, they had 11 service aces against the 3 only of Vietnam. So, ibig sabihin, naging big factor yung services ng Philippines in that match.
So the leading scorers, Alyssa with 5 for the Philippines, VIE with 4 for Vietnam. Gonzaga gets that one through. And we're very happy for the comeback of Jovelyn Gonzaga. And I think with her returning to the Philippine national team at the international level, that just proves that she's almost back to being who she was before the injury.
And then plus, you can really see that she is well respected by her teammates. She's also not only respected but loved by her teammates. And it's really nice to see her playing again at this level.
Meanwhile, a combination play unleashed by Vietnam, and TQ Trinh Huang is able to score. But Wang, after scoring, will head back to the bench. And look at this substitution right here. Dang is checked back into the game. And Duan is also now in, their setter, wearing jersey number 19.
So early on, a lot of experimentation being done on the side of Vietnam.
Gonzaga with a lot of space between her and the net. There's the attack by Tran. What a save. Ball goes back to Gonzaga. Baron. Valdez will set it up for Molina. Cross court. Nothing there. And again, Tran will try. Sarado ang pintuan. Tran na naman. Goes down the line.
And Tram with an adjustment on the second attempt, getting that to go. You like how she transitioned from going to the yung angle, going cross court and then going down the line on the second one.
Had to find the open lane. Meanwhile, Baron.
And you like how the Philippines answers yung mga ganun, yung after a nice play coming from Vietnam, right away, Philippines comes up with their own, with that quick hit by Majoy Baron.
It is a tight first set. Morado. Drop ball by Dang does not work. Pat back in the game. Baron giving it back to Pat. Vietnam able to recover. It's a back set. Dang will hit and score off the block.
Well, that's not an easy thing to do. Dang getting it past Molina and Majoy Baron.
Serving for Vietnam, 2 big time.
Tulin Tran, who started this match, now unleashing a sharp serve. It's a free ball going the way of Vietnam. Lee with a hit. Molina saved by Makandili. Paat over the blockers. Drop ball does not work. Cross court by Lee. It goes out.
Well, credit that point to Don Makandili. It's just
yeah.
all over the place.
That's why they call her Miss Everywhere. And it was also in this venue wherein she went to work and was awarded second best libero in the AVC for 2017.
But the best blocker.
The best blocker is Majoy Baron of this tournament in the first leg.
Just
maybe
a solid block right there.
Maybe wanting another best blocker award, Mose,
Pwede.
for the second leg.
The score 20, serving 19.
Crucial situation right here. Philippines holding on to a 1-point lead. Running attack. Saved by Don Makandili. Pat! Going down the line. That is some power from Pat.
That is right. And just a beautiful play from the Philippines.
And now, Ces Molina, who scored the first point of this match, is back at the service line. Molina from Nueva Ecija gets that one in. Back set, Dang with a drop ball, does not work. Morado to Valdez. Her drop ball works.
And once again, we see that drop ball by Eliza Valdez wherein, she'd go for her approach, big time swing, and just drops the ball.
Vietnam calls a timeout.
The score 22, serving 19.
Philippines holding on to a 3-point lead here in set number 1. Molina back at the service line, gets that one in. Lee with a hit, saved by Valdez. Paat gets it back to the Vietnamese. Running attack. And what a save by Mylene Paat. They try another running attack, and that time Thi Trinh Nguyen is able to score.
But let me tell you, Anton, that was a hard point earned by Vietnam. The floor defense of Philippines clicked that in that last play.
Serving for Vietnam, Thi Trinh Nguyen.
Molina, Paat, no longer playable, so that's back-to-back points for Vietnam, Mosey. And now Coach Shaq de los Santos wants to talk things over.
The score 21, serving 22.
Philippines holding on to this 1-point lead. Vietnam just scored back-to-back points. This is coming off a Coach Shaq de los Santos timeout. Paat with a hit. That's a net touch.
That's right, a violation called against Vietnam. So Philippines is 2 points away in getting this first set.
The score 23, serving 21.
Philippines just 2 points away. It was Bui who committed that net touch. Wow! A block collaboration there by Maraño and Paat, working well together. And because of that, the Philippines is at set point.
That was a very important point for the Philippines. Solid blocking so far in this first set.
It's a back set running attack. It goes out, and the Philippines will take set number 1 against Vietnam.
At the end of set number 1, it's Philippines winning 25 to 21. The Philippines
You're watching our coverage of the 2019 FISGOC Volleyball Test Event.
set number 2, starting the set for the Philippines, G. Morado.
Once again, we are welcoming everybody who are tuned in right now to our coverage of the 2019 Philippine Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee Volleyball Test Event. Anton Ross together with Mosey Ravenna, the Philippines taking set number 1, 25-21. 7 different players scored for the Philippines, and they were led by the 6 points of Eliza Valdez. But of course, Vietnam has other plans. And Wang is looking to make some noise here in set number 2.
But you know, the Philippines look good on that first set. You know, this is a bunch of PSL and PBL players playing together. And obviously from different schools and universities in the Philippines. So it's also good to see them playing cohesive. But I'm sure they'll still get better come SEA Games.
And with the way they're playing, it's very fitting to the theme of our upcoming Philippines 2019 SEA Games. The theme is We Win as One. As explained to us earlier by the Chief Operating Officer of the FISGOC, Mr. Tatsu Zara. We win as one. That is the theme for the 30th SEA Games held here in our country.
Tulin Tran serving.
So it's a hot start for Vietnam. Morado gets the ball in the air. Makandili. Binigay kay Paat. Dang will send it to the side of the Philippines. Don Makandili. Morado. This is Molina once again. Giving the first point of the Philippines.
Smartly done, Molina, with just a push. No coverage on the side of Vietnam.
Serving for the Philippines, sets Molina.
Too strong on that serve for Molina.
Serving for Vietnam, Nguyen.
Nguyen. Makandili. Paat, drop ball. And what a pancake save right there by Wang. And Vietnam looking much better at the start of this second set, Mosey.
That's right, and credit that point to that pancake save you just mentioned of Wang.
An early timeout here in set number 2 by head coach Shaq De Los Santos. And Mosey, we just received the statistics for set number 1.
That's right. Philippines with 2 more attack points at 15 and Vietnam with 13. And pagdating naman sa blocking, 2 for the Philippines and none for Vietnam, surprisingly. And service aces, Philippines had 2 while Vietnam had 3. Opponent errors, well, 6 for the Philippines and Vietnam with 5.
Vietnam with an early start here, but Majoy Baron now getting a service ace. So now 3 different players from the Philippines have scored here in this set number 2. Molina, Valdez, and now an ace from Majoy Baron.
Service center. Now serving Nguyen.
Mosey, we were talking about how the Philippines had more aces compared to Vietnam when they played in Thailand.
That's right. That was 11-3. But just last, negating each other with service errors.
6-4 in favor of Vietnam. Paat serving it up. And that is another ace for the Philippines.
It was their main gun when they beat Vietnam. So something that they have to remember in this match. Talking about the Philippines and their services.
It's a free ball going to the Philippines. Morado. Oh, the captain, Bui, was ready for that drop ball attempt by Gia. And Bui, drop ball. What a save by Macandili. That's just classic Don Macandili right there. Oh! And the size of Vietnam's captain, Bui, is just giving the Philippines some problems.
And a lot of ad-libs on that last play. Parang helter-skelter volleyball. And the jungle ball.
But we see the Philippines with Don Macandili diving and sacrificing her body. Valdez on the attack. Ball goes back to the other side. Nothing there on that hit by Tran. Valdez down the line. Saved by Wang.
Oh, a little bit of miscue on the side of the Philippines between Maraño and Morado.
So Vietnam leads the Philippines 8-5 as we head to this technical timeout. Are going crazy kasi sa I-1 lang.
Wala man tayong explanation for that. So parang, wag na, let's not try. Explain, we don't have any. As much as I want to.
Philippines down by 3 here in set number 2. They took set number 1, 25-21. And Dang serving it up, the main gunner for the Vietnamese. Valdez. That's her second point here in set number 2.
Eliza once again with a cross-court hit.
Valdez back at the service line. Trying to get the Philippines back in this match. There's the attack. Down the line attempt. Pat was there to put it up. Molina! Cross court. Bye.
And that was a powerful hit from Molina, even challenging the libero of Vietnam. Nguyen, Thi Kim Lian Nguyen.
2 straight points from the Philippines. Running attack from Bui. Sarado ang pintuan. Molina and Maraño rising up for the rejection. That's 3 straight points now.
That's right. Another block point for the Philippines.
And we are tied at 8. Valdez. Bui again from the middle, popped up by Valdez. Morado. Molina, drop ball. Bui going to the other side. And Tran is able to break down the wall on that spiking chance.
That's right. The 17-year-old Tran, actually 20-year-old Tran, just challenging the defense on the other side. Getting it through.
Morado hustling. Valdez will hit from the back row. That one goes straight to the net.
Eliza also has to get her rhythm from the back row. So meron ring threat, diba? That's another play that they can use.
Meanwhile, Morado trying to manufacture a point there, but Vietnam able to recover with Tran. Drop ball saved by Macandili. Molina with a hit cross court. That's double contact right there.
Once again, Molina just powering it, hammering it, getting the point.
Maraño. Oh, straight to the net for Abby. Vietnam continuing to lead the Philippines here in set number 2. Thu Wai Nguyen to serve it up for Vietnam. Here's the pass. Morado on the drop ball. Second point of the match. Second drop ball for Gia Morado.
I have a strong feeling that Vietnam will include that in their scouting report come SEA Games.
Here's the back set. And Molina and Baron rising up for that block.
And that Baron-Molina combination is just so steady when it comes to blocking. And look at the Philippines front line. It's a tall front line for us.
You've got Molina, Baron, and Paat. Oh! Combination play right there, ending with Thi Trinh Nguyen on the quick attack.
The score 12-11.
Philippines down by 1 here in set number 2. Valdez, Morado, running attack for Baron. But too much spice on
Philippines
that
asking
spike.
for a touch. But I think Coach Shaq will challenge.
There is a challenge on the play by your Philippines number 2 block touch.
And this is one of the rules that we are incorporating here in this tournament, the challenge. So there is a committee with a monitor reviewing the play as we await their decision. Coach Shaq hoping that there was a check ball there on that running attack by Majoy Baron. And yes.
And there is.
So the first successful challenge here in this match and in this tournament, Mosey.
And when your challenge is right, yung challenges mo in a set is still intact, diba?
So that's something that we have to get used to with the international rules. Valdez breaks down the wall.
Once again, Eliza Valdez getting another point. This time via that powerful hit, getting it through 2 blockers of Vietnam.
Valdez now has 9 points here in this match. Paron! She's
Well,
our best blocker.
You just know why. She just showed you why she's best blocker. Single block for Baron.
And now the Philippines is on top by 2, 14-12. Ball is up in the air. Dang will attack. Dang will try again, but Pat was there.
Once again, Philippines really committed with their blocking so far from the get-go. of this match.
So they are changing it up. Duan is now back. And she's very vocal. She is the starting setter of this Vietnamese squad.
Score 13-15.
Philippines holding on to a 2-point lead. Molina gets it in the air. Morado to Valdez. But Valdez is roofed.
So she has turned back on that last attempt. The blockers of Vietnam reading that attack so well.
Yep, they are marking Eliza.
That's for sure.
Bui, the team captain, already embedding the offensive attackers of the Philippines in her mind. Paat is able to score.
Second technical timeout, our score 16-14 in favor of the Philippines.
You're watching our coverage of the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix as the Philippines are holding on to a 16-14 lead. Combination play read perfectly by Maraño. That was a monster block right there by Chang Abi. Running attack for Bui. Just
Almost a
wisely
broken play.
tipping it over.
You can see that Bui is really a kumbaga, leader of this team by the way she plays and her demeanor inside the court. In the absence of T4.
Morado to Valdez. And Valdez gets another point.
It hit the tape of the net, but still, the ball is in.
So it's the same substitution pattern. Jasmine Abor and Jovelyn Gonzaga coming in for Gia Morado and Mylene Paat.
Same, it's an attempt for Coach Shaq to have a full front line and try to pull away or gather or string some points.
Macandili gets the ball in the air. Valdez, drop ball. Macandili to Nabor. Gonzaga from the middle. Dang. They go back to the other side. And Hoang is able to get the point for Vietnam.
On deck to serve, Lee Kim-Chang.
Wang has delivered so far for Vietnam. I think she wasn't started, but once she came in the first set.
Yeah, you're
A
right.
few
She did not
points.
start in this match. Number 7. That's Thi Q Trin Wang. Gonzaga.
Oh,
Nobody dared to pick that one up.
Perfect spot for Jovelyn Gonzaga, and they have been getting their points on those cross-court hits, Anton. So you see the Philippines trying to go for a cross-court.
Valdez with 10 points in this match at the service line. Babalik ang bola sa Pilipinas. Maraño on the running attack.
And she asked for that one. Nakita niya it's a free ball given to the Philippines.
Vietnam calls a timeout. Elisa Valdez returns to the service line as the Philippines continues to lead Vietnam 20-16 here in set number 2. Valdez. Too much angle on that hit for Elisa.
Still a 3-point lead for Team Philippines.
Thi Nga Bui, team captain for Vietnam, starting off this rally. Molina will hit, fading back. Duan. There's the hit from Tran.
Once again, Tran from the open hit. Alam mo yung hit niya, parang may silencer eh. You cannot hear anything but so lethal.
Coach Shaq de los Santos calls a timeout. Coach Shaq de los Santos assuming the head coaching position of the Philippine women's volleyball team last year, June 5, 2018. From Tanawan, Batangas, Shaq de los Santos trying to lead the Philippines to a second set win here. Duan tossing it up for Tran. Valdez pops it up Nabor. Gonzaga. Duan goes back to Tran. Duan this time goes to the middle. Quick attack for Nguyen. Valdez with a save. Makandili brings it back to the side of the Vietnamese. Tran, drop ball popped up by Makandili. Molina!
Molina with a drop ball gets another point. Another smart play coming from the Philippines. And actually, Vietnam was given a free ball, but they weren't able to capitalize on that.
Serving for the Philippines, Maraño.
Ces Molina leading the way for the Philippines, scoring 5 points in this set. Running attack, but too much on that hit by Thi Trinh Nguyen. And for the first time in this match, Vietnamese coach Tuan Kiet Nguyen is challenging that last running attack by Thi Trinh Nguyen. Let's see. It's a successful challenge. And head coach Tuan Kiet Nguyen letting out a little smile after getting a successful challenge, Mosey.
So both coaches were successful in their challenges. First challenge nila in this ball game.
Nabor Molina, who's had the hot hand here in set number 2. Tran with a hit. Sent back. Molina!
Just taking care of that free ball or that gift.
Molina has been on fire here in set number 2, tallying 6 points in this set alone. Gia Morado now. Cross court. And
A touch.
Tran will get the check ball.
There was a touch on the side of the Philippines, so point goes to Vietnam.
That ball is in. Morado punches it. Molina drops it to the side of Vietnam. Huang.
That
Could not
touches the
get-
antenna. That's a violation, so point goes to the Philippines. Needing again just 2 points to close this out.
And Coach Tuan Kiet Nguyen calls a timeout. Philippines trying to hold on to this 3-point lead that they have. As Ces Molina, the best performer for the Philippines here in the second set, will serve it up. Molina saving it. Macandili helping her out. Baron sends the ball back to the side of Vietnam. Morado to Valdez. Back set. Macandili keeps it alive. It's Valdez's turn to get the point.
Well, that was possible because of that Macandili dig. Liza Valdez getting another point.
You're right about that. Dawn Macandili. She's in full form in Santa Rosa. Set point for the Philippines. Molina. Quick attack for Baron.
Actually, Macandili was already there for support when Baron decided to pick it up. But the point now goes to Vietnam. Although it's still set point for the Philippines.
Nguyen. Macandili. Paat. Too strong on that hit. Philippines trying to find a way to close this set. They just gave up 2 straight points to Vietnam. Can they finish it? Morado to Paat. Drop ball. Vietnam will keep this rally going. Morado. Back set to Paat. Too much on that hit by Mylene.
No touch. I thought there was a touch, but no touch. So Vietnam gets another point.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a challenge on the way by the Philippines. Number 2, block touch.
So the Philippines is just up by 1 now, 24-23. Another challenge by Coach Shaq De Los Santos.
So far, both coaches 100% with their challenges.
And I think they also retallied the points. So the official tally is 24-22.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge was unsuccessful. Point remains with Vietnam.
Oh, wait a minute. They fixed it again. It's 23-24.
Right. Because of that challenge, point goes to Vietnam.
Valdez with a save. Morado to Pat. Can she finish it?
Ah.
Yes, she does. Mylene Pat closes set number 2.
And you could really see it on her face that she wanted to put an exclamation point on that second set.
It's now a 2-0 lead for the Philippines. Once again, we are greeting everybody who are tuned in to our coverage of the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix from right here in Santa Rosa, Laguna. The Philippines taking a 2-0 lead against Vietnam, taking set number 1, 25-21, and set number 2, 25-23. Now, we're taking a look at the numbers. Llamado ang Pilipinas pagdating sa blocking, Mosey.
That's right. And blocking 5-2, Anton. That was really... sabi say they guarded that net really well, especially the second set. Attack points, well, Philippines having 16, Vietnam 11 in that second set. And when it comes to aces, well, 2 for the Philippines and only 1 for Vietnam. Well, also the errors, no? Although ang daming errors. When it comes to errors, Philippines, 2 for the Philippines and 9 for Vietnam.
Molina has scored for the Philippines in every set, and she was always the first player to score.
So swerte sa atin yun when she scores the first point.
That's a good sign. And she led the way for the Philippines in set number 2 with 6 points. And Mylene Pat continues to play well in this tournament, Mosey.
That's right, and then it's so tough to guard her, a lefty. But still, Vietnam has not found the remedy for her.
Nice offensive sequence there for Vietnam. Huang finishing the play.
So Wang has been the spark plug here on the side of Vietnam. But now she starts this set, the third set. She did not start in the first and the second one.
Morado, Valdez.
On a combination play that worked on the side of the blue.
And we're really liking the distribution of Gia Morado. 3 different players have scored here for the Philippines at the start of this set.
Well, you know, I was going to say that even in this, even from the first set, she always starts the set with distributing the ball to her different hitters. It's like fooling the defense on the other side.
And Mosey, Wang has played well off the bench for Vietnam. Oh, straight to the net on that serve though for Wang.
Now serving Mylene Pat.
Here's the toss. Dang. They go now to the middle. Thi Thuy Tran is now in, wearing jersey number 9.
Well, miscue this time on the side of Vietnam. Yeah, Tu Huai Yen late for that second ball.
5 serving 3.
Paat. Oh, straight to the net on that serve for Mylene.
The score for serving 5.
Macandili receives that one. Morado to Valdez.
And
Valdez
Valdez goes
scoring.
down the line.
Down the line attack by Eliza.
In the first and the second set, they were almost all of them were going cross-court. And in this third, you see Eliza Valdez going down the line and getting another point for her.
Valdez gets that one in. Here's the toss. Oh, Tran sends that one long and wide.
Right, Tran, not in a good position to hit that ball. Not enough spin also.
Valdez gets that one in. Running attack. Tran. Now, we did not see Tran in set 1 and 2, Mosey. So, Coach Tuan Kiet Nguyen digging deep here in set number 3.
First technical timeout, our score. It's 8-4 in favor of the Philippines. Philippines, Eliza Valdez.
8-4 is our tally. Eliza Valdez back at the service line. She is one of two players in double figures in this match along with Ces Molina. And Dawn Macandili has done her job. But on that sequence, the Big Tuy Trang able to get that one in, trying to inject some energy into this Vietnamese squad.
And I like how she went for that ball that was really quick. That's why the Philippines, in spite of having a good blocking day, is not able to even touch that ball.
Wow, what
now
an
she
entry
do-
here by
Yeah,
Tran.
now she does it on the service line. Talking about TB Tuy Tran. Can
wish
she be
they-
the magic bunot?
I know, but I wish they all had nicknames like T4. Meanwhile, Maranyo is able to score on her signature running attack. Abby Maranyo now with 6 points in this match. The team captain from Antipolo, Abby Maranyo. And Abby, obviously the most vocal on this team. Valdez with a drop ball.
Eliza Valdez, yes, again, another smart play from her. She was a little bit short on the approach. Just went for that drop ball. Just putting it where nobody was home.
Parang at home na at home ang ating mga manlalaro, Mosey.
And in this match, you can see clearly that Team Philippines is more the organized
Yeah.
team compared to Team Vietnam.
They seem to be playing without any pressure. And when you're playing happy and without pressure, this is usually the result. Philippines smiling. They lead Vietnam 11-6. Bossing, yung stats ba na yun? Kuha ko mamaya para may 11-6, Abby Maranyo is back at the service line. Once again, you're tuned in to our coverage of the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix as we have a hit from Tu Linh Tran, trying to get Vietnam back in this match.
Well, it's a needed set for them if they want to stay on in this match, or else Team Philippines gets their first win in the second leg of our Grand Prix.
Yep, they got the first win, first and only win actually in the first leg against Vietnam. But that match, Mose, went to 5 sets.
That's right, but this time, everything going Philippines' way. And again, they're looking like they've been really together for a long time.
Even though there have been some shuffling that took place in terms of the lineup of the Philippines. Four-point lead for the Philippines. Tran. Paat will get it back from Baron. Paat going down the line. Nothing there. Dang. Valdez. Morado. Molina. And now Macandili. Paat will score.
But once again, nailing that hit. And Gia just confusing the blockers on the other side.
And Pat has really improved so much from her days as an Adamson Lady Falcon. Meanwhile, there's the hit from Wang. Makandili could not handle the heat on that spike.
It has been really Wang who's keeping Vietnam afloat in this game. We don't see Bui
Oh yeah.
anymore in this, at least in this third set.
And
Pat
Pat
once
from the
again.
other side. Now Pat becomes the third player on this Philippines lineup to have reached double digits. So sharing is caring for the Philippines. Gia Morado doing an excellent job distributing that volleyball.
Oh, but
We've
Wang,
been mentioning her name a lot.
once again. She's been really trying hard to get the points for Vietnam, but she needs help.
She'll now have to operate from the service line. Morado, Paat, tipping it over to the other side. Maraño, Morado to Valdez. Could not get it over, was Dang.
Tran into the net. And you can see the body language of Vietnam. Parang pagod na sila, no? It's as if they're really tired.
Score 15, serving 10.
Dang will try again. Morado was there. Sinabayan siya. And Maraño, oh,
Block point for the Philippines.
It's already a dead ball, so Philippines win that point.
nagulat si Abby eh. Biglang bumalik yung bola sa side nila.
Pero ready siya, ah.
The Philippines has been leading all the way in this match, the first match for the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix, which we are calling the Philippine Southeast Asian Games Organizing Committee Volleyball Test Event or FISGOC. So ang mga manlalaro na hindi pa natin nakikitang pumasok sa court to play in this game, Gretzel Soltones, Ea Laure, Kat Arado, Roslyn Doria, and Maddie Madayag. But the rest have been fielded in by Coach Shaq de los Santos.
Off the block point for Vietnam.
And this has been the usual substitution pattern for Coach Shaq, Nabor, and Gonzaga coming in for Morado and Pat.
Well, this has clicked for Coach Shaq since the beginning. So, hindi niya muna binabago yung pattern and not sending mga sinabi mga names in because like these 8 players, 9 players are really playing so well.
But who knows? If the Philippines can come up with a big lead here, baka biglang gamitin ni Coach Shaq yung ibang mga manlalaro. Meanwhile, Tran is able to score. Because every player on this team can use that experience for the future.
Oh, most definitely. But you want your starters to be really cohesive. Coming up, especially ang lapit na nga na SEA Games.
Cash control violation of the Philippines.
And now Coach Shaq wants a timeout. This is an important timeout Coach Shaq De Los Santos just called as Vietnam is trying to get back into this match. Nabor, Maraño asked for it. Maraño was there. Oh, right in between the blockers. Tulin Tran.
And you like that she adjusted on that second try also. She was blocked the first time. So Paat Morado coming in.
Now just a 2-point lead for the Philippines. Morado to Valdez. A much needed point for the girls in blue.
Oh, a challenge now for Vietnam on that last play.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a challenge on the play by Vietnam, number 1, ball in, ball out.
Wow, this is going to be very close.
Oh, and Vietnam wins the challenge. So it was okay, no check. So an outside call for the Philippines. Vietnam gets the point.
Vietnam storming back into this match. Morado to Maraño.
Maraño, just, when she feels like coming in and she really calls out Gia to give her the ball. And almost every time, she scores it for the Philippines.
Valdez, Morado, Molina. Ball is back in the air. Valdez will push it from the back row. Running attack. Maraño trying to tip it to the open spot. Morado to Molina. And Molina scores off the block.
Off the block point once again for Molina. And this is the way the Philippines started. Getting off the block points in the first set.
18-15.
Valdez. Running attack. Morado let Pat handle that one. Valdez now could not push it properly to the side of Vietnam.
A net block on that try.
Now serving the big food track.
The Big Thuy Tran entered in this third set, changed the complexion of the match, but commits an error there. That's her second service error here in this set.
Gives a freebie to the Philippines.
Abby Maraño. Oh!
Baron on the net touch.
Coming up after this, we have Thailand and Indonesia. So some very exciting matches here in Santa Rosa. But first, the Philippines trying to get this win. For the hometown fans, Morado, Baron. Majoy Baron with a timely hit.
With a drop ball. And sashayed a little bit. But nakita mo ba, partner, yung off-speed ni Gia Morado
Yep.
before that? Yun yung sinasabi mo, you feel like the Philippines is so relaxed in this match against Vietnam. That's why I guess they're playing much better.
And everybody just delighted to see the best blocker, Majoy Baron, score. Paat denied. Valdez to Molina, cross court. Lee was there, the libero for Vietnam. And off the block, scoring for Wang.
Serving from Vietnam to Vietnam.
Valdez, Morado, Molina drop ball. Here's the toss to the middle. Makandili with a save, but it goes back to the side of Vietnam. Wang again. Baron. Paat is able to sneak that one in.
And Paat, full stretch with a little bit of delay, was able to get that point. Parang inintay niya muna yung blockers bumaksak bago tinip in yung bola.
And Vietnam calls a timeout. We saw very animated coach Tuan Kiet Nguyen as Vietnam trails here by 3, 21 to 18. Ces Molina. Gets this one in. Ball is back in the air. Morado. Makandili. Valdez trying to punch his back to the other side. Paat. Here's the toss. Majoy Baron.
And it's also nice to see Majoy Baron full of really confident, and you can see her teammates and they're just so happy that even if her contribution is with blocking alone, yung ang laki kasi alam nila yung value of yung blocks ni Baron.
Molina.
Si Abby naman is your parang middle hitter na
Yeah.
gumagawa ng points, no? Your sa attacks naman siya.
Busy si Abby.
While si Baron naman busy blocking. Diba?
Serving from Vietnam, VIE.
And even the audience, you can see that they really appreciate.
And that tip by Baron leads to a point.
The score, 23, serving 19.
Philippines just 2 points shy of taking this match.
And that's going to be an ace.
And Baron, now on the service line, where we were talking about her contribution via her blocks, this time, sabi niya, teka muna, service naman.
Majoy Baron has tallied 3 points in this third set. The best blocker in the ASEAN Grand Prix first leg. That one is in for Wang.
It has been just Wang. That's the problem of Vietnam, and that was a problem all along. In the beginning, you had VIE with some points, but in the end, it was just all Wang.
Makandili. That's an ace for Wang.
And even getting it through the service line.
And Coach Shaq de los Santos wants to make sure that this one does not slip away. He calls a timeout. Philippines just needs 1 point to take the first match here in our FISGOC volleyball test event, the inaugural event for this tournament here in the Philippines. Can they do it here? Morado, combination play!
And Mylene Pat gets that to go. And again, what a powerful hit coming from her. She has just been steady in this match, Anton. Along with Eliza Valdez. And Majoy Baron on defense, Makandili also, and Ces Molina partner. Everyone just contributing in this match to take this away from Vietnam and win their first in the second leg of the Grand Prix.
And Mosey, this is the type of teamwork that we need for the SEA Games.
They can only get better.
So once again, congratulations to the Philippines defeating Vietnam 25-21, 25-23, 25-21. Sweeping Vietnam in the first and the second leg of the 2019 ASEAN Grand Prix. Stay tuned because we have match number 2 coming right up. It will be Thailand and Indonesia right here on I Want.
and gentlemen, presenting to you our court assistants. And now please welcome the participants for match number 2. First, the team from Indonesia. Their team captain, number 7, Amalia Fajrina Nabila. And the first libero, number 1, Yunis Indayani. Please welcome their teammates, number 2, Leslie Wulandari. Number 3, Megawati Hagasni Batiwi. Number 5, Witam Tiakumalasati. Number 8, Tisha Amalia Putri. Number 10, Agustin Wulandari. Number 11, Shada Benedetta Onan. Number 12, Marcela Wari Punama. Number 13, Triletno Mutiara Luti. Number 15, Wani Putianti. Number 17, Wilta City Norfadina Sukandi. Number 18, Novia Adrianti. And their second libero, number 16, Pita Aziza. And now please welcome the team from Thailand. Led by their team captain, number 6, Amama Singha. With their first libero, number 2, Vienna Panora. Please welcome their teammates, number 3, Portland Wetpart. Number 5, Blumjit Bilkau. Number 8, Wacharia Nuaja. Number 9, Waninchaya Nuatonla. Number 10, Widavan Abinjapur. Number 14, Chenapur Kamalama. Number 15, Malika Kantor. Number 16, Vikachaya Kopra. Number 19, Chachuan Boxley. Number 21, Yulaba Pamposan. Number 21, Tichakan Bundert. And their second libero, number 20, Subhadra Pairosh. I'd like to call all the players, the coaches, and the team officials of Team PHI for your team photo opportunity. Once again, the players, the coaches, and the team officials of PHI will please have their board for your team photo opportunity. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to call all the players, the coaches, and the team officials of Indonesia to please proceed at their board for your team photo opportunity. Thank you very much. The 10-minute on-court warm-up will now begin.
We are once again saying hello from the city of Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex here in Laguna as we present to you the FISGOC Volleyball Test event.